Have you ever wondered what it was like when a whole country decided it was time to stand up and say, "We want to be free"? Well, that's what the American Revolution was all about. Let me tell you the story of this incredible time in history. Once upon a time, in the 1700s, there were 13 colonies in America. These colonies were ruled by Great Britain, which was thousands of miles away across the Atlantic Ocean. People in the colonies were called colonists. The British king, King George III, needed a lot of money to pay for wars and other expenses. So he decided to tax the colonists on various things like tea and paper. The colonists were not happy about this. They felt it was unfair to be taxed when they had no say or voice in the British Parliament, where decisions were made. This led to a phrase you might have heard before: no taxation without representation. The colonists began to resist the British rules. They held meetings, wrote letters, and even threw a famous party called the Boston Tea Party, where they dumped tea into the ocean to protest the tea tax. Tensions grew, and things started to heat up. In 1775, the first shots were fired between the British soldiers and the American colonists. This marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War, which would last for 8 long years. The colonists were determined to fight for their freedom. They had a brave leader named George Washington, who became the commander of the American Army. Despite not having as many soldiers or weapons as the British, they were full of courage and determination. On July 4, 1776, something extraordinary happened. Representatives from all 13 colonies gathered together and declared their independence from Great Britain. They wrote a special document called the Declaration of Independence, which stated that they wanted to be a free and independent country called the United States of America. The war continued, and there were many battles. Some were victories, and others were hard losses for the Americans. But they kept fighting with the help of their allies, like the French, who also supported their cause. Finally, in 1781, after a famous battle in Yorktown, Virginia, the British surrendered. A peace agreement was signed in 1783, and the United States was officially recognized as an independent nation. The American Revolution was not just about soldiers and battles. It was about ideas too. It helped inspire people all around the world to think about freedom and self-government. And that's the story of the American Revolution. A time when brave people stood up and shaped a country that would grow to become the United States of America we know today. It reminds us to be brave and fight for what we believe in, just like the colonists did.